we have here. But it is clear that Baka is not in charge. When the guy will do what they want to take some money onto themselves, Papa is not lima, then we can work on the shadow task force so that we can start working. And then there are people that are involved. You're going to see that are happening in Liberia. He told them he placed them on the task force.
Issue in the society. We discuss critical issues affecting the nation against socio-economic issues standing to shape the destiny of Liberia. We discuss issues including poverty rates. Human rights concern environmental challenges with a lower percentage of the population struggling to meet basic needs. Human rights violations such as arbitrary killing. Issue in the society comes to you on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. Join our panelists, Aliu Masale and Solomon Bakari from the US of A, and the host, Stephen Control on Kings FM 88.5.
Exclusive from HotLBR.com.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they need their time, they change their mind. What kind of people they do?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they do?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came their time, they changed their mind. When they came their time, they changed their mind. What kind of people they do?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they do?
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Music. Aha.
Okay, so we want to say a pleasant good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of the program, Issues in the Society with me, Stephen Compton, and I hope to be joined by my team there from the US as we will be driving you through up to 12 o'clock this afternoon. So it is very good to be here, as we will be discussing issues of national importance. And so all you need to do is to share the live video, share it to many people, so that they can be able to have a further appreciation of the issues we will be talking about here this morning. And so very quickly, let me recognize the people who have joined, who are following us via our various social media platforms this morning. Never Peve, he says, good morning, Mr. Compton, watching from Morovia. Thank you so much. We have Faith, Kelvin, Bapin, Says good morning, Kings FN family. Watching from Nimba United. Thank you so much. So share the live video. The rest of you, Charles Weir says good morning, Kings FN family. My name is Charles Weir, following from Jacob Town. All right, so share the live video, and also we are here. So there's a continuation of the Kings cash giveaway as well. You know, we are on the double, so people will be walking away with 8,000, right? Yeah, so there's the double. So I actually giving out 4,000. But when you win that money, when the system selects your number, definitely we are going to double that amount. So all you need to do is to dial star 799 star 24 hash. That's the code you are using to play, right? With just 100 Liberian dollars or 70 cent USD, you stand a chance to win for yourself that particular amount. So keep playing as we'll be checking our dashboard. The moment we reach the number we're supposed to reach to do a draw, definitely we are going to do that. Okay, so we want to say welcome once again. And Josh, thank you so much. John K. To Willie, thank you. He's following us there from SKD Boulevard. Okay, Josh is following us from Central Morovia as well. So share the live video. And we have a guest here. There are a couple of things to talk about this morning. And so very quickly, let me take this break. When I come back, then we usher in our guest here as we go on with today's discussion. So let us take this break and be right back.
Exclusive from hotlbr.com.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they eat their land, they change their mind. What kind of people they sue?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they sue?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo.
Okay, all right. So we want to say welcome back after that very short break. Let's now go over to our guests as they introduce themselves. So beginning with you, the brother in the yellow shirt. Yes, so we'll appreciate you if you call your name so that our people who are following us can know exactly who we have in studio here. So yes, go ahead.
All right, thank you very much, and good morning to everyone that is listening. Well, my name is Samuel Otis Kwei.
Okay, thank you. So let's cross over. Yes.
Good morning, fellow Liberians. My name is Jawin Kenwea.
Okay.
4 months new editor of the Inquirer newspaper and currently based in the United States.
Okay, that's fine. It is good having you people here. Well, so there are a couple of issues we will be talking about this morning. Issues, that has to do with the country's economy, the security sector of our country, among other things. So these are things we will definitely be diving into, on this Wednesday edition of the program. So all you need to do is to now share the live video and invite other people to watch along with you. So let's cross over to Mr. Weir. As a former journalist, like I say, so we'd like you firstly give us an experience. So how things have been, how do you see the field down? And then, the media field, probably you like to do some level of comparison when you people were into mainstream media and the way things are going now. How do you see everything?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Like I'd like to say, for those of you who are practicing journalism at this time, I would like to share a little light during our time. Like I was a print reporter, that is, I was working for a newspaper, and I was the frontline reporter, then at the news editor of the Inquirer newspaper.
Okay.
Basically, like, since I started coming to Liberia, I encourage all of you who are practicing journalism to really put the people first.
Okay.
That is, the government is working for the people. The people hire them, so it is the responsibility of the journalists to push them, no matter how they push you around.
Okay.
You got to hold them to their feet to the fire. Like, for example, I was arrested as a frontline reporter in Sierra Leone by Kamanja. For people who know the story, they were caught in the hands of people. I was also arrested by Cassia Jacob. And for people who saw the war, most of you didn't see the war. It was very terrible. April 6th, Roosevelt Johnson, Alhaji Kroman, Brent Johnson, the massive killing. Like, it wasn't easy to cover, to be a frontline reporter at the time. Okay. But for me, I was looking at the responsibility of informing the Liberian people. So that's what I took the risk. At this moment, I sometimes ask myself, why was I doing that? Because I would have been killed. Nothing would have come out of that. But at the end result, what happened is that anything you do it to the best of your ability. Okay. So the way I left this country is through Inquirer, but because of the way I was reporting, so Kimayo, who was the UNICEF representative, just sent a car to the Inquirer newspaper, and they were looking for Jai Winkenwea. And the reason was there was an invitation because of the way I was covering the war to go to the United States for a conference. Okay. And that conference was Say Yes to Children. And I was selected along with another journalist by the name of Alvin Jacks, who was then reported on Child Theater radio station, Kiss FM. Okay.
All right. So thank you. Before we go further, let me bring on my colleague there from the state. Aliyu Masale has just joined us. Good morning, Aliyu. How are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Stevie Koto. Good morning, our studio guest. Good morning, Mama Labira. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, fine. Everybody's okay. How's your end?
Thank God, Mama. Wonderful. Glad to be here this morning.
Okay, thank you. Now, so let's go back to you. You have been around, like you stated earlier on. You provide coverage during the Liberian Civil War, and you saw a lot of things. So let us first begin with this issue. Some of those things that happened most, especially during the Civil War, the Dole time, the Taylor time, Prince Johnson, and all these people. Can you bring us up to speed, or probably create a picture of what actually happened? What are some of those things you saw during that time as a journalist?
Well, like, for example, like, especially like when Charter was based in Banga and Amon Sawyer was the interim president. Whenever you leave Monrovia, if you cross the Banga, you were enemy. Okay. Probably you'll be killed. Then for certain marks that were on people, I don't know, people traditionally have the marks on the earth. So whenever you are seen by Prince Johnson across, because of the marks, people were just killed. Okay. And because they felt that you were a supporter of the other faction at the time.
That's the warring faction.
Warring factions, yeah, okay. The warring faction at the time. So many people were afraid to go to the front line, but for some reason, the way I became a frontline reporter was when UNIMO split into UNIMO J and UNIMO K. Okay. Because UNIMO was a joint force that was opposing Charles Taylor. But then at some point, what happened, Kroman and Roosevelt Johnson split. Okay. So Siligi Traoré was a Mandingo, Grody Dubba was a Crown. They both were frontline reporters. So when the faction split, they were looking for a neutral person.
Okay.
So then I told Philip, we said, then yes, I volunteered to be the frontline reporter.
Okay.
So I took that opportunity. I took risks. As I said, like sometimes if I think about that, like when I was arrested by commanders that were caught in the hands of people. But I don't know why I was depending on the script being naked. They did a lot of stuff to me, but probably for some reason I was not harmed. But one thing I like to say to all of you that partisan journalists, like all of you know there's something we call cartel, but that never used to determine my work.
Okay.
And it is good to be trusted as a journalist. For those of us that are doing cartel thing, if you were even 10 on a specific program, if somebody say they will give you cartel and they never had it, everybody will say you'll give it a job. When can we are?
Okay.
And the reason was when that was given to me, I will make sure that everybody have a share.
Okay.
So it is good to build trust. And I will say this for the first time, maybe on air. One of my main sources at the time was the NSA director.
Okay.
Freddie Taylor of Charles Taylor.
Okay. Doing the Taylor's administration.
He was the NSA director for Charles Taylor, but he was my main source as well.
Okay.
For some reason, he just told people he loved the way I write. So one time the car just came around in Quarrel and they said they were looking for Jawon Kenwea. Philip felt that I was in problem, but then when I went to him at the office, he just told me he loved the way I write. Okay. So any information I needed, I should just contact him.
Wow. So that is from that point, you know, as a frontline journalist, he was like feeding you with information.
Yes.
Things that were happening within
this government.
Yeah. So share with us what are some of those things, you know, that yeah.
It's like let's say for example when Samuel Doki was killed.
Okay.
Samuel Doki was arrested and killed at the checkpoint in Banga. And Doki was going for a wedding. Taylor already took over. He was president. He was welcomed by the Liberian people. So for some reason, Taylor still harbored that hatred that Doki brought in from him and joined Amos Sawyer. So Doki was arrested, his driver, his bodyguards, and they burned him with tires somewhere here and there. So when that happened, nobody knew what happened. But then I just got a call.
Okay.
That this what happened. So at that time, entering the office, there was nobody. I was the only person allowed to enter his office when everyone went up there. And he gave me the picture and gave me who to contact. Now when I got to Banga, it was Gregory Stem and I who went to Banga. We took a taxi. We slept around, and the name he gave us, we gave him something, and he took away exactly the same, how they were touched. So when we came with the story, with the pictures, everything,
okay,
Taylor himself was shocked. How did it happen? How did these guys get the details of all of this stuff? Because everything we reported was just a fact. So to tell all of you that partisan journalism, you got to build that trust with the people. The government is watching you. Don't mind that they are ignorant, but they are watching. Whenever you report the facts, forget about that. They will respect you more.
Okay. All right. So before we transition to other issues that which is very important, we should be looking at today. Let me again bring on my colleague Aliyu. You know, Aliyu has been around for a very long period of time. They started watching. You know, so probably we just try to wave this in so that, you know, as a former journalist, so that you can be able to give us some information, some of those things that happened. You know, you cover the war and other things. So let me cross over to Aliyu. Probably he has a question or probably a concern before we transition to something else. So Aliyu, you are back on.
Excuse me. Thank you, Stephen. Where's Solomon?
I think he will join us later. The man said they turn down a chin, so they make him be sleeping sometime.
Yeah, you know the time change. Yeah. I've been listening to our studio guest. Yes, at least thank God that he made it through in the war up to today's date, because these are horrible news and stories we are hearing today. Yeah, most of those people that were frontline journalists, some of them we don't even know that we're about today. But I want to know how you really used to feel being on the front line where people are changing fire, and you are there under this bullet trying to get information to relay to the Liberian people while it's going on. Sometimes you people used to be reporting at the same time we hearing the gun sound under your voice saying paku paku boom boom while you people are reporting. So how you really used to feel about your life? Don't you used to have any fear carry on such a terrible and horrible job?
Yes, thank you very much. For some reason, at that time I used to love drinking stout. Let's say for example, when I was arrested.
Would you like to probably draw closer to the mic so that yes.
I hear me clear now. So at that time I used to love drinking stout.
Okay.
So I never used to think about anything. I was just interested getting the news, getting the facts. Let's say for example, when I was arrested in Kinima, before Mosquito, General Mosquito, they stripped me naked in Kinima. And they said I was going to be killed. So the only thing that came to my mind was I was not going to be the last person. I was not going to be the first. So the first thing I told him was I needed a bottle of stout to drink. And I told him I had money in the bag. I needed a bottle of stout to drink. Then I told him that you are talking about killing the journalists, but you're calling yourself a freedom fighter. In fact, that long weekend was your Independence Day, and I was at the residence of your ambassador, or Ambassador Kanu, who was doing diplomatic at the time. So why will you kill a journalist who came to cover your freedom that you are fighting for? So by the time I told him that, he told all your fighters to go away. Then turned to me, you asked me who I was. So I just told you I'm a journalist. And he told the guys to get me the clothes to wear. And for some reason, throughout the war, aside from Mosquito, other thing that happened to me, I don't know what was really I was depending on. For each time I just look in the face, including Taylor, and asking the front point question. I never used to be afraid.
The former president.
Former president. I told her once you were based in Banga, yes.
Okay.
Kasha Jacob and all arrested me, but I tell them straight talk. I never used to be afraid. For some reason, I just ever told them what came to my mind.
Wow.
Then I told them, say, you are fighting war, but you are doing this. So what are you doing this? Why are you killing? So for each time I ask them that question, they can always say, let that guy go. You're leaving. There's something about him.
Wow. So how was everything? The war and other thing, the experience you had during the war. How do you think? With all these things that happened.
And this is why I am frustrated.
Okay.
And that's why I want to appear on this radio station today.
Okay. So okay, that's good. So now let's transition to this issue. The war. Yeah, Aliyu.
1 minute, please. For those of you in the comment section, this is an important conversation. You can drop your comment or any question, and we will ask the studio guests. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Masale, for that. I appreciate that. Now, those dark days have gone away. The war fought, people died, and other things. And after a certain period of time, we transition into a democratic a governing process. I brought the former president, Ellen Johnson. She ruled the country for 2 terms. After her, we came, the former president. And now we have President Joseph Boakai. Now, so with all these things, and you are back into the country, what are some of these things you are observed in terms of, let us first begin with the security situation of our country. The security situation of our country, the police, the LDEA and other security apparatus. How do you see the security situation of Liberia?
Okay, thank you very much. What I see is that the governance structure has not changed much.
Okay.
I know the government is talking about road construction and many other projects they are undertaking, but the infrastructure of the government has not changed.
Okay.
What I call cohesive extraction in Liberia is a silent national crisis.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? For example, I was at a police station yesterday, police headquarters yesterday.
Okay.
Aside from the police headquarters, I went to foreign ministry, I went to the health ministry, I went to the business center to obtain a form to register the business. But the way those in power believe, they think that rendering you a favor.
Okay.
They don't see their job as obligation. I want for all Liberians to know, including those in power, Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution is clear. That is, the purpose of getting the power is to serve the Liberian people. And all those in power, from the presidency down, are called public servant. That's what the Article 1 says. But it is surprising, for example, if you even try to obtain a application form, they'll ask you for ID, they'll ask you for that, they'll ask. This is not necessary. The only way you ask for these things, the form should be available, whether police clearing, whether that, or they should be available. And I see that the way they treated Liberian people is like they are refugees in their own country.
Okay.
They treating Liberians as refugees in their own country. They'll build a camp outside. They allow people to leave their home 7 o'clock in the morning. I was surprised at a police station. They were telling me that they serve only 50 people per day to obtain police clearance. For God's sake, it's meaning that the police is not competent. This is a service there. If you say vote for me, what you are saying, please hire me to work for you.
Okay.
If somebody hire you, they are the boss. It's not the other way around.
So that in other words is that the citizens who voted those people to power, the citizens are their bosses.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so let me cross over to Aliyu. Yes, Aliyu, you just listened to him talking about the current state of the country. After the war, his own experience since he came back to Liberia. Visiting other government ministries and agencies. Some of these things he has experienced since he got back to the country. He just highlighted some of these things. So let's cross over to you so that we can also hear from you as well.
Okay, thank you. Yes, he was saying something. I think like he somehow frustrated before you came into asking the question. Well, I want to know from him, even though he been out of the country, but he been following major happenings in the country. We had Charles Taylor, let's just get Charles Taylor out. We had Madam Sedi for 12 years. And I think he was following all the major happenings, how things were going on in the country. We had President Weah for 6 years, and he was following as well. I think so. And now we have President Boakai. What you observe in those administration, Eddie 12 years, we are 6 years, and this Boakai, his second year now, because he's going for another 6 years, he has gone 2 years. What are some of your frustration you observe during Eddie 12 years, Josh Weah 6 years, and now Joseph Boakai 2 years?
Thank you very much. During Elim Salih's time, Elim was the president who had the opportunity to change Liberia. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration received support, financial support from the international community than any other government in the history of this country, because there was a transformation. So she had a chance to transform the country, especially to deal with the question of governance structure, the question of reforming the government, the question of telling those in power that they are the reason for them to be in power is to serve the Liberian people. But in this country, it's still the opposite. This why so that particular aspect has not been changed. But during Weah 10, for example, Weah was elected by the Liberian people. I was here during the campaign of Weah when all the roads were black, more on the road of Papa Weah coming, this and that. The Liberian people were very, 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 they thought that he would have brought about changes. But for some reason, when Weah took power, maybe those that were around him and they never really come. So there, in my opinion, I never saw any government official who was fired, who was prosecuted there were a lot of people who died during we administration, including my own friend Nyeswa.
Okay.
Nyeswa was a journalist too before he became auditor general, but he died. All these people, the Liberian people, were frustrated by that. So this going election that have Bouaka in power now, I supported Gonglo.
Gonglo. Okay.
I want to say Gonglo.
Tawan Gonglo. Okay.
I want to say Gonglo. He has I know him very well from time to time. Gonglo has been a guy, he's a friend as well. I've visited him some time, and I believe in my mind at the time Gonglo was going to be the good president for Liberia. But then in our country, we believe that if you don't have money, if you don't give people money, we always sell our rights. So when those give our money, then when they get a power, they think that we are their servants instead of them serving our servant. So those are the mistakes. So with respect to infrastructure, Bouaka is doing well because I drove the freeway, I cleared the way the Vatan area looking. I like the place, even though it's still messy, but I like the vision he has. I follow some of the stuff about the railroad stuff. He had a vision. He had a good vision for the country about with respect to infrastructure wise, but still the governance structure, the governance infrastructure need to be rewind. They need to be public service oriented. Okay. Those in power, even like when policemen even stop you in the traffic, they never even greet you. But there's a notion we have in the country. When you get somewhere, pape, oh man, no, greet the person. Don't give them label. Even people that blacken traffic, that I don't know how to call it, MCC. People that this stuff. They should not assume that everybody knows the law. Okay. So before they issue you ticket, before they do that, greet the person and tell them why you put them over. Or if somebody parks somewhere wrongly, don't assume that they know. Don't just lock the car. Tell them that look, this place don't go for parking. If they insist, then of course you can pull that. They should all know that without the people of Liberia, they will not have job. They are working for the people of Liberia, and these are my observation. Especially the ministries, they don't greet people. They believe that, like our health ministry, they got a few people back there. They believe that they are doing you a favor. So they force you in a way that you will give them money. Because if you want to follow the preparation, that's what I call coerced extortion. And not that you want to do it, but you must give them money before your process is. Like for instance, why should people be? Why should you beg for application? Anything you apply for, why should it be difficult? In the first place, why can't we decentralize the resources? Why should we only count the police headquarters when they got police branches across Liberia? Like even in Busher Island, like in Brew where I live right now, they are police. Why don't they have that capacity to issue police clearance? Why should they come to the center all the time? So I see that as a punishment of the people. We are not backing them; they are working for us. That's why they should understand.
Now you talk about this cohesive extortion. You know, something you have observed in the country since the return, and so I would like you to be a bit explicit in terms of probably highlighting some of these government ministries, some of these areas you think these things are happening. So and provide probably a practical analysis regarding such things.
So let's say, for example, if you want a police clearance,
okay,
you know what they tell you? You got 3 days services. If you went there, you got to pay a $200 fee. You got to go pay to either ILRA or this and that. Then the Ministry of Finance, then they will tell you, okay, we can take only 50% per day. Think about that. 50% per day. That 3 days within a week. Now, maybe that 50 people, maybe you got somebody who fight for you from abroad, and then that police can process their document. So based on the timeline, you'll be forced to give money. Why should the police office, why should, even including the foreign ministry, why should they have time? Look at the way when you want to get passport. See how people go early in the morning. Why? Are we still in war? Why don't this thing decentralize? So I want for Bouaka to look at these things. Somebody from Maryland, for example, come in Monrovia for driver lesson, for passport. But even when they come, they are going through these struggles. And those in power think that they are doing you a favor. So the delay is meant for you to give them money so that they can speed the process up. Okay. So you'll be frustrated, for example, if you file for your son and then the police clearance, because they will ask you first, What do you need a police clearance for? When you say it is travel based, they know exactly. So they will do it. They'll make it different in a way that you give someone money before they can process that, and that is wrong.
Okay. All right. So let cross over. Let's cross over to Aliyu. The discussion is so interesting. Yeah, Aliyu.
Yes, yes. I just listened to the studio guest. He said something very important that had to do with the way in which police officers behave. Like here in America, when the police pull you over, when he come to you, he stop behind your car. It's not like Liberia, they standing in front of the car. He pull you over, he park right behind you, and he walk on the side of the car. When he get to you, you roll down your winches. He had to greet you everything. After greeting you, speak to you nicely, and he ask you, do you know what I pull you over for? You say no. And he will introduce himself. When they tell you that you are being recorded, and he asks you, do you know what I pull you over for? You say no. And he will tell you what he pull you over for. From that, he will ask you for your driver license and also your vehicle registration. And when he put it in the system, if this is your first time to do this, what he pull you over for, sometimes he give you a warning. If that's your second, third time, he give you a ticket. But Liberia police, they don't even say greet you. They will start insulting you as they are coming to you. And sometimes the moment they get to you, they take your driver license, they walk away. That's being very, very much unprofessional and rude. You were not trained like that on your academy. The cohesion he's talking about, it happened. We all went through that. The moment you go to the National Police Headquarters for things like or clearance, police clearance, until they know you want to travel. And they will make it so difficult because Liberia, we only go for document and thing when we want to travel. You only see Liberian going for passport and thing that because when you see that the person wants to travel. So these are some of the things, like he said, those things the government should try to pull up a system. We know Mr. Barker cannot do everything, but at least start some of these things that maybe when the previous administration comes, where you started from, where you ended, and they can pick up from there. We are too old. Some of these things you can just go online, apply for police clearance, and then you pay. If you want the express, the fee will be there. You pay the fee, and they should make sure you get it when you pay for express. But Liberia, when they say express, that 2 months. When they say long service, that 5 months. You see, so I don't really know. These are things people need to be go online, you apply for passport, police clearance, and other things, renew driver license. All of those things that can be done online to stop the cohesion, the corruption down there, to stop it in the system. These are some of the ways to fight corruption in those places. You see?
Okay, thank you, Aliyu. So, Mr. Wia, before we go to the next issue, that has to do with the MCC zooming and seated officers, that behavior and other thing, to the health sectors and other discussion. So we are still, on the issue that has to do with security. If you look at Liberia, you have been around for a very long period of time. As a journalist, then you provided coverage. You wrote a lot of stories and other things. But now looking at our generation, Liberia today, looking at the young people, the issue of drug and other bad substances in our country, with all these things where you see a lot of young people, they are falling prey to drug, they are all in the street and all these kind of things. What do you really think is the cause of these things happening in our country with the high increase of the proliferation of drug? Because, prior to the White House administration, coming to the office during the campaign time, it was one of the messages that, the campaign messages, they were using, to tell the people that we were coming, the then government is responsible for importing drug in the country. Those people, they are on record saying these things. And today, we are saying that, the issue of drug is actually on the increase as compared to the WIA's administration. Why really do you think is responsible for that? All these things are happening.
So I think, as I said before, I was telling somebody, there is a difference between patriotism and nationalism.
Okay.
most people in power, they are pseudo patriots.
Okay.
They are not really patriots.
Mm.
They are just there because to protect their own interest. Because the reason why you see most of the children in the street is that there is no what I call a fighting chance.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? It's like most of the people in the country, they are rely on hope.
Okay.
The young girls are selling their pride for school fees, for example. Young boys are in the shadow. They don't know when they get up in the morning, if they go in the street, whether somebody will give them something to do. Even if they work for someone, nobody wants to pay them. Now, government cannot do everything. But what government is required to do worldwide is to provide the environment, provide the means. Let people get, for example, if the Boga government say, okay, you know what, we need electricians. We need about 2,000, for example. 2,000, there's a 20 something, we need 2,000 electric, or maybe because the country is too large, maybe a million, something like that. So people, it shouldn't be based on who know you this, but there should be maybe something the government put together, or even like where people go for little training to remove the training from the street to give them skill training. But you should specify exactly how many people do you do plumbing training, electrician training. Maybe you need 2 million children. If you provide that means, that is fighting chance. But there should be requirement. If you are in that program, you should maintain certain grades, you should maintain this and that. That is a fighting chance. It is also true in the Western world. They provide fighting chance. But we continue to talk down our people that they are lazy. Our people are not lazy. Our government is not putting in place the proper structure for them.
Yeah. So let me cross over to Otis as a young person. Otis, you know, you lived in New Town, you school in New Town, and you have some of your friends who you used to know. But nowadays, when you go there, you see most of these guys, you know, they are in the ghetto doing drug and taking in drugs and all, doing all these things. How ready do you feel when you see these things happening? And what are some of the recommendations you have for the government when it comes to the issue of the fight against drug?
Well, thank you very much, and it's very, very something that is disappointing to me, because I grew up in Nigutan throughout my life. I located in Nigutan in 2007, and I left Nigutan in 2022. Okay. So my time being in Nigutan, there are a lot of things I saw, and there are a lot of colleagues. Whenever I go to Nigutan and I see my colleagues in such a situation, it sometimes brings tears into my eye. I want to cry. But then when I observe the judge issue, actually there's a problem with those that are fighting the judge. Those who claim that they are fighting the judge, I think these people, most of them, they are the problem. Because when you observe, there's something they call personal interest in their work. So for example, if Mr. John is a bossman that is fighting the judge, maybe he lives within the community, and then his son or his uncle's son is also selling the judge or taking that judge to give to another people. Now, if the job enforcement agency, people from outside, another authority, when it comes to arrest these people, he has an interest. Now, such a person is supposed to give chance so that the work of the government can be done, so that the authority of the judge agency can be, done. Now, if you observe, because of the interest such a person has, they will not take phone and call. A so and so person that has been called is my interest, so that person has to be released. Now, if such a thing happen, you observe that the drugs that was seized by the DA officer, everything will be given back. And the person will be released because of that interest. I just want to say, like, I just watched a video that was posted by one of the Liberian comedians, who is called Paul Flumbo. Now, and when I watched that video, the DA, I think there's a boss, is a boss of the DA. And then there's a crew that went to arrest George. And when they went to the ghetto, they met his daughter. She was there taking drugs. And they arrested her. And they carried her to the station. While there, the father called. And even threatening the officers that if they do not
that's
release,
the honor.
Yes, that if they do not release his daughter, the officer will now no longer wear the DJ uniform. So when I watched, I said, what is this? So now the question is, how are we fighting jaws? Those that say they are fighting jaws, in the other sense that they are promoting the jaws. So my friends in Nikutan, more especially, I made Nikutan as an example. Nikutan is no longer the Nikutan I need to know.
Okay.
Because but then when I was growing up in Nikutan, there was a challenge. When it comes to the academic side, there was something like quizzing, there's something like the music, the dancing. Young people, they were learning. We're even learning like from our traditional ways, and we are learning so many things.
Okay.
But now when you enter Nikutan, when you see a young man, you look like an old person. They don't eat good food. They don't even bath. All they know, they want to get money to continue taking the jobs.
Okay. All right. So if you are just joining us, you are following the Wednesday, November 26, 2025 edition of the program Issues in the Society. And we have with us in studio Mr. Jawiken Wiad, a former Liberian journalist and former news editor of the Inquirer newspaper, and also Brother Otis. Samuel Otis Ekwe is also here, a young Liberian who is, pushing for the betterment of Liberia and the well-being of young people as well. And, we are discussing a high level of issues regarding the country. Now, let's come to this, the health issue. One time I was on a transport car, not a public vehicle. Sometimes we get on these vehicles, to listen to what people will say. Sometimes get on the tricycle. There can be a lot of things people have to say. So there was a time that, we're just sitting, there's a long bus, they call Kilo Bean. Just sitting, and other people were like talking about how sickness, when a monkeypox thing came about, other people try to give their experience and all these things owing to the Ebola crisis, the COVID-19 and other things. So there were a lot of people. One of those guys, visually impaired person, he was sitting and he made a statement that, if I told my people that whenever I get sick, I always told them that I should remain in a house. It's better to bring somebody who will treat me than carry me to a private area than carry me to any government or medical institution. That was the reason. And the reason for which he said that is that, according to him, these areas are death trap for a lot of people. That there are two things involved. When you carry somebody there out of the person, bring them back in life, and God blesses you, or you bring their remains back as a family. So now, coming back to Liberia, you have been around. How actually do you see the health sector? What are some of those things you have observed so far within the health sector of our country?
Okay, thank you very much. I think last year when I was here, one of my cousin had her husband, sorry, he passed away now.
Okay.
And when they gave me the call, I went to JFK then. But then when I got to the gate, even to enter, they say a fee was required to enter the see.
To enter the area?
Yeah, to enter the see to see.
Are you serious?
That is a fact. And wow. You will see that aside from that, if you were to be taken to any of these hospitals, once fee is not paid, nobody cater to you. But then I ask myself, we call ourselves Christian nation. But the whole thing is the way the government behaves.
Okay.
That's everybody learning from it. Because trust me, the behavior of Liberians is starting from the top. Even if you were a police officer, if you arrested me with drugs, if I attempted to give you money, and if you reject that money, now if you took the money to your boss man, in the presence of your boss man, if the boss man takes that money and let me go, what you do next time? You're gonna let me go anytime.
Yeah, definitely.
So the problem is, again, the main problem we have in Liberia is the structure. The decentralized system is so corrupt. The coercive system is so corrupt. Now, any document you need in this country, whether it's a health document, whether it's a school document, it's not one place. There will be requirement for fees. People in power, people who are in government position, in private sectors, they think that they are doing you a favor. They don't see their position as obligation or responsibility. This is the main thing I want for President Boakai to look into. Go to foreign affairs. People leave from here 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. Why should Liberians be put in that position? Why should they be in camp as do people in refugee camp? Why do we have all these things happening? Not only that, all the health places. Go to health ministry where you get. It is not the fault of the Liberian people not to get a birth certificate at birth. It is the responsibility of the government. So those, if somebody needs it, they should have it. Yesterday, I went to the National ID Center. They said Waka closes that, or Waka suspended that operation. But if you were to go for birth certificate, they will ask you to bring national ID card. Now, how does one get one? And the key thing is, Liberia will never improve unless we improve the service provision aspect.
Okay, so before I cross over to Aliu, I want you to listen to the audio still on the health sector. During the campaign time, there were some health workers, but let me play the video so that you can be able to listen to it and be able to give your own analysis or perspective as a sector that cares for the well-being of the people, of the citizens, as to whether the action taken by them was right or wrong. So just listen to this. Let's see what I can play from this end.
We can use 0%. We can use 0%. We have another vote. No medication in the hospital. We have another vote. No new employment. We have another vote. You can open 0%.
Okay, so you listen to that, a group of health workers, by them doing the the campaign time. When we came, he brought about this harmonization policy to include other people, to ensure that other people at least have the will to be able to handle something. So that harmonization policy was able to say, yeah, the person can make this one year, let include other people within the government system, so that at least people can be able to take home something, to reduce the issue of dependency syndrome. Like for some of you who are in the States, people will call you and say, oh, I wanted one here, and all these things. So
every day.
Now, so with the introduction of that particular policy, there were other people who saw it to be something bad, that their salaries were being harmonized, things that they were handling, their morning and other things. So that again, enter the health sector as you listen to the audio. Those health workers, at that time they left their duty, started campaigning that, since the then administration took on that particular decision, the only thing they could do was to ensure that they get themselves involved into politics, very massively campaign against the then government because of the decision they took. So, as a Liberian and a former journalist, somebody who is experienced, so give us your own analysis on the action right or wrong.
So, there were two issues that we took on, including the payment tuition, for students. They were good intentions, but it's just that they weren't done properly. Weah was popular when he took power. He has the power. The reason why it is not happening today, I believe that if Weah was to initiate a legislature, nobody would have removed it.
Or legislation of what regarding
what to be done about, like, for example, school fee payment. Or how do you absorb other people in the workforce structure? That's politics is difficult. But you must convince your population why you are doing that, what they should be done. So, and that is why, like the tuition payment that that's why it's not happening today, because he did it as an individual.
Okay.
But if that was an act, it was still going to be on the books.
Okay.
Nobody would have removed it. So with that harmonization, as I said, it was a good intention, but there was no more explanation to the Liberian people. That's the only problem I have with that.
So specifically with the health workers' involvement, you know, they are campaigning and other things. That's exactly.
So with them, is it Liberian? We are selfish because they felt that maybe they were. I mean, the what they were getting was reduced. They were not looking at other people. But I believe that a precedent we had then was to campaign on that. Even if that meant going to the rural counties, you see, like that's what I love about American people. They're good at campaigning. The presidency is powerful. Like, let's say a Boaka wants something today, and maybe you were senator of Nimba County. If you oppose that, you know what Boaka would do? Will go in your county to campaign to say, you know why? I want to do this, but your senator say no. You know why he does that? He wants the support of your people. But the reason why, that's why I'm saying, the reason why our politicians not recognizing the power of the people.
Mr. Weir, let's come back to this. The action of those health workers, you know, campaigning an institution that should be void of politics, because you know the work that they do is something that does not see or you know, a party person or so, because you know if that happens, there are other people who they will pay attention to and other people they will not pay attention to. So what I want to understand, when the action they carry out by them, was it right or wrong?
It was. Talking about the way they demonstrate, they were
yes, you know, publicly displaying that they were voted against the then government because of the harmonization policy, getting ourselves fully involved into you know, politics publicly
as Liberians. Yes.
Okay.
All Liberians, no matter of your status, we have the right to express.
Looking at their ethics, looking at the rules and regulations that govern the job that they do.
So if they violated any rules and regulation, then the law should apply.
Let's go over to Aliyu. Aliyu, let me bring you on. So let me bring Aliyu on.
Yeah, thank you there. I get a question for the studio guests, but before that, I want to make a comment or something. You see, this issue about harmonization and the video you just play over there we're listening to, you see, this issue about harmonization, some of the things that affected our government with the CDC people was information dissemination.
Okay.
Because when the salary harmonization went on, if they were to explain to Liberian people, there are people here, because Stevie, that my brother, I say, Stevie, you making $10,000. Because Mr. Weir, he's not related to me, he doing the same job Stevie doing, and say, you probably will make 5,000. So this is how the Unity Party government was running for 12 years. And just we are coming to power, we need to harmonize people's salary. Everybody had to be on the same level. And there are other things that were going on. At least they cut other people's salary, and let's try to see if you make it 200, we give you 150. We add another $100 to that $50. We bring somebody in, and this were things they were doing. But again, from the Unity Party, they are used to taking huge salary, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. They were the one. Their salaries were cut down, so they started to incite those people. This is why you saw all of these things were happening. Oh, and you know, they cut our salary down. When we come back, we increase the salary and thing. Today that they are taking over, they cannot undo salary harmonization. For those people that were talking, you harmonize my salary, I will harmonize your vote. But for them, why you think they say they are cleaning the payroll, but the wage bill continues to climb up? Because they are making, we are seeing 10 to 15, 20,000. But civil servants still remain to be 150. And this was very wrong. They use these people, you harmonize my salary, I will harmonize your vote. They came to power today. They have undo salary harmonization for themselves, but they can't do it for those people that they used out there yesterday. Information dissemination was what we were lacking of. And if God help us, we come back to power, we will hold that to our fingertip.
Okay.
Okay. And my question to the studio guests had to do with the cohesion we are listening to. He kept talking about. I want to know the justice system. Do you notice such thing going on in the justice system? And again, what is the effect of this cohesion construction on the ordinary Liberians, the ordinary citizens within the country? What are some of the effect on them?
So, like for example, in the justice system, if you were robbed as an ordinary citizen, if you went to the police station, probably they will say you should pay for transportation, pay fees for transportation, for the police officer to go arrest that person. You have no food to eat. Where are you going to get that money from? And because maybe they say there are no sheets, you got to provide something to fill the sheets. So where do you get it from if you are not employed and if you are the one being robbed? But so as I said before, it is across the board. It is not only with the police, it is also with the court system. It is also with the school system as well. If you went to, because the reason why I know this is that I do a lot of immigration work for a lot of Liberians and other Africans that are applying for their relatives in the United States too.
Okay.
So all these things are requirements. I talked to some people on the ground to get these things. So that is why myself out here, I wanted to see, like right now, I'm processing a summary document who's supposed to travel to the United States. So I wanted to see what is the process. That's why myself on the ground, I decided to have gone to the ministry where this is our thing. So really is this thing can only be addressed with the intervention of the president. Because it is we have used to it that it is my term or it is our term. Those in power, they see themselves as seeming gods instead of servant of the people. Or you know who I am, or the person coming. And I was surprised you are in the United States, brother. You know that you and senator will be in the same restaurant or in the show. You don't even know. Everybody get on the line. Am I right? You know that you don't know until you are told. So, but here in Liberia, our people, you and the man will be in a restaurant, no matter who is the person. If there is no seat they will stand, you will never give all your seat for anybody because those in power are serving you. The first job I got in the United States, I didn't know. And when in the cafeteria we're eating, then the overall boss will come here, I got it from the desk. No, you don't do that. Because the purpose, the reason why someone who is a minister, that's why they're getting more money. So it doesn't mean it is important than the sweeper. You can never even give all your elevator in the United States, whatever the minister coming, you are entitled because the elevator is provided for by the Liberian people. It is for all Liberians, no matter of your status. So this is why I say we need to change the governing structure to be serviceable to the Liberian people. People should forget about they are doing you a favor. Oh, call this person, they will do this for you, to circumvent the entire system. They pretend that they will obstruct you, they will frustrate you so that you'll be forced to give them money. If you don't give them money, you're going to miss whether your document was required for you to travel, you'll miss that. So you'll be compelled to provide that money to get that document in question.
Okay. All right. So before we go to the telephone lines, I would like you to address this particular issue, probably give your own thought on it, talking about this cohesive extortion in Liberia. You know, there are a lot of people, sometimes we have two GSM companies in Liberia. The Lone Star sell MTN and Orange. These are the two GSM companies we have in Liberia here. And so you are back to the country. A lot of people have different views about how that is the stakeholders. These stakeholders, they have different views about these things and other things. People will call, they will complain, read on various social media platforms about these things. What do you make of these companies' services to the citizens?
So they also providing their services are very cohesive as well.
Why?
Because what happened if you had 10 companies in the country? Are you going to get 10 SIM cards or 10 cell phones? No. Like in the United States, there are millions of companies.
Okay.
So the way one make a choice is depends on the service provision. Let's say if you have Lone Star carrier, you should be able to call Orange without any restriction. But the reason why you choose Lone Star is that if you are in Cape Mount, if you are in Maryland, wherever you are, depends on your service provision. That's how you choose which service provider to go with.
Okay.
But let's say, for example, I wanted to call Otis. I got Orange. And I got only 5 cents to buy a cup of rice to eat for the day. But because I want to talk to Otis, you'll be forced to even buy extra time to just get 10 minutes of the other carrier. I mean, to be able to call them. So it is again, your lawmakers are supposed to make it. They're supposed to serve you. So it means that our legislators are not working in the interest of Liberian people. You are not forced to get 2 cell phone numbers. You are required to get the carrier. As I say in America, can you imagine we got millions of cell phone companies? If you want to call somebody in America, you just say, "What is your number?" You don't ask for their company.
So in other words,
in addition to that, if you buy the money I have paid for cell phone is more than 3 months' money I have been paying for my carrier in America.
Okay. Since you came back to the country.
Since I came back in the country.
Okay.
So the other thing again is that if you buy your credit, if you don't use it, it should not go. This is where we got lawmakers. They should be protecting our people. That is obstruction of the people.
Okay. So yeah, you want to come in?
Yes, I just want to come in.
Yeah, very quickly.
I actually have. I think I made a video on the same thing. You just asking the same question.
Okay.
I made a video. I've not yet posted the video.
Okay.
But after the show, I'm going to post the video. My concern has to do with the same communication system in Liberia. Actually, the way they do is very bad. Because I have not gone to America, but I've been to a few African countries, and I see how they do their communication system. Well, what pains me most is I'm actually a student of the BYU University. It's in the United States. I do my courses online.
Okay.
There came a time I usually go for my classes in the evening by 7 to 8 online on my laptop. So I purchased a card and I bought data. I was doing my assignment, and then I have to wait the next day to attend my class. And throughout the entire day, I never had money. So, time for my class, surprisingly, I received a message that my data has expired. And I tried my possible means of getting data, and there was no way. And it actually got to me.
Okay.
To me, it made no sense.
That when you put the data,
you put the data
on your phone,
your own meaning, you put the data in your meaning, and they take it. Because it didn't happen like that in Nigeria. It didn't happen in Ghana to me when I was there. Even in Togo, it didn't happen to me like that.
Okay.
Because if you observe, it's like you going to buy a goose. If I come to your shop to buy a goose from you, whether I use my goose for what's the purpose, whether I don't use it, is none of your business.
Okay.
So you're trying to tell me that I buy the bread from your shop, and then I carry the bread and copies of the bread, and I eat. And then I leave the remaining bread.
You eat it, the milk comes
then, since I do not eat the bread, you have right now to come for it because I buy it from you. So it's like something is very, very
okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Otis. So very lastly, let me cross over. We need to go to the telephone line and hear from our people. But let me get Ali.
Yeah, it just had to do with this thing of GSM we are talking about. Like why he said, it happened to most of our people in Liberia. Sometimes the person will put money in their phone and they will say the money you put in the phone like 7-day data. And whether you use it or not, and sometimes we see their services will go down. Like I had experienced that in this county called Bopolu, where sometimes second will go down for 2-3 days and you put money in your phone. Like 3 days when second come now, you nothing again, you have to recharge. Sometimes when those start to go 2-3 days. And this thing they are not really good for the country, and these are some of the things the lawmaker had to be getting in touch with those GSM carrier. It's not good someone put money in their phone, there were no network, and what they even supposed to use that data for, they couldn't use it, and then the next day when networking, and then the data is gone. Like the studio guest said, in America we don't have time for those things. If they tell you say your phone bill that $10. All they do, the end of the month, you pay your $10. You call, you not call, you pay it, you not pay it, they block your line. Nobody coming to say, oh yeah, I want to call Barasium, I want to call T-Mobile, I want to call AT&T. So you have to put money in your phone when you want to call Barasium. You have to put money in your phone when you want to call T-Mobile. No, you can call any GSM carrier you want to call. But Liberia sometimes, oh, I only get lose that money. You have to put money to call Orange. I only get Orange money. You have to put this thing. They are not good. So that's just what I want.
Okay, thank you so much, Aliyu Masale. We are about to go to the telephone line, but Mr. Wia, I want you to speak on this issue. Just in a little while, a minute or so, I will appreciate that. You have been following the the level of politics in our country. Just a recent time, we witnessed over the past few months, witnessed an issue at the House of Representatives, where that led to the resignation of former Speaker Fona Tekofa that brought on board the current Speaker Richard Cohn. So, as a journalist, a former journalist who have been around over the period of time, you have provided coverage for this thing, the governance structure of our country and other things. Spoke about this issue. How really do you see, the issue then at the House of Representatives that allegedly led to the burning of the Capitol building?
Thank you very much. I think I wrote an article on that. I will be very honest. I saw the fight of Representative Cohn, and I wrote something about that, why it was a good fight. But I felt that such a fight, it was not for the Liberian people, but for himself.
Okay.
That's what I felt. Like, if Kofa were to push what we are talking about now, like pushing the GSM thing we're talking about now, and people wanted a movie, it will not work. But the reason why I say that is that before Speaker, you are representative of your district. And it is the district that you are obligated to. There is something, even the great in the great United States, no politics is fair. There's a saying in America, they say, if you're scared of smoke, don't get in the kitchen.
Okay.
The other thing in America. And like how you said earlier, there are two main political parties in the United States, the Republican and Democrats. The Republicans are good at messaging.
Okay.
And they can create a falsehood to make it true. No sympathy about that in America. The saying is that if so, like Kuhn and others, I never fell for him. I never felt sympathy for him.
Okay. So very, very lastly, just yesterday there is this video that's making rounds on social media where the speaker, right, was heard speaking to journalists who I assigned at the House of Representatives, that they would be jailed if they ever recall conversation when official session is yet to begin. He threatened them that he will ensure that he jails them if anybody does anything of such. And so with this, what do you make of, as a former journalist, somebody who have been around, what do you make of the speaker's statement?
Well, that was wrong. Besides, the speaker is not a judge.
Okay.
If he has an issue, he should go to court. There are three distinct branches of government.
Okay.
The purpose of the legislature is to make laws. The executive is the one that enforces the law.
Okay.
And the judiciary is the one. But I see that there's a lot of overlapping in these functions. You see lawmakers ordering the arrest of people. Well, I want for all Liberians to know that no lawmaker has the power to order the arrest of anybody.
Okay.
If he or she has an issue, they should go to court.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jawiken. Wia is a former Liberian journalist and former news editor of the Inquirer newspaper, and we have Otis Samuel Otis Kwei as our guest here, and we are discussing a couple of issues regarding our country. If you are following, it's now time to, make your points. Calling on 0772239933, 0886-304497, or 0777980375 are the numbers to call. Just a minute. Let's get this first person. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hold you there. Let's get this other person. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought I found that today money. I thought I found the down money. Yes, money. Yeah. It concerning the draw. That the government get it draw.
Okay.
If either I will not see how you will be done. If back one day, she back up the master, the pay about to the air. They get that about time. Suddenly draw every day the same time. When they arrested one, they killed they I was a chapter Benny. Back up it. They never said it was about.
Okay.
That's what they put a suddenly draw. Well, another one, selling killing people.
Thank you.
Which one is wrong different?
Thank you. Let's hold you there, ma. Let's get this other person. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and where you joining us from?
Well, good morning to all your students again. That of Mr. Masale. I knew a leader saying I'm pulling good money for keeping to party.
Go ahead, Sandy.
Well, thank you. I listened to your studio girl and I have a question for Mr. Wia.
He's taking note.
Mr. Wia, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Listen to Mr. Wia, he said that when President Wia took over, and people started to die, including his friend, Augustus Winsua. So my question is that the president took over, there have been no death put in the bureau.
Okay.
Similar case.
All right. So he's going to respond. He's going to respond to that. Let's get this other person. Good morning.
Hey, how are you doing, Content?
I'm fine. There should be Edmond Carr.
Let me say hi to the studio guys and to Masale in the US. And I remain at Mocha. I'm the visually impaired that making Boga busy in the executive mansion.
They say the wood are under the fire, the wood finish, the speaker, the man say the DJ or something.
Yeah, but I'm kind of a despair and I'm kind of confused, not disappointed. I'm kind of confused with the guests, especially the journalists, the former journalists.
Okay.
Couple of question asked in my mind, they were not ready addressed.
Okay.
And then when you're talking about the former president, you'll be wrong and deal with the issue on his mind. But when he comes to the current government in power, you want to shake the blame to the appointees. And once the hair is not effective, you will not see the appointee being effective. There's a serious issue in this country when you come to this drugs issue. You ask the question about the drugs issue. Yesterday, the people said the former government was the one that was bringing drugs into the country. And when they come to power, they're going to make sure that nobody's going to see drugs around. Then they came to the president and said, hey, we have noticed about 5 different drugs that have entered the country. It's struggling to get rid of it. It's not possible. You're not answering that question promptly.
Okay.
When you talk about the harmonization, it makes it appear that we were supposed to do legislation. You're supposed to go to the legislature and legislate an act to do harmonization, which was called that decision was now an exclusive right to the government of Liberia at the time. But international community was supporting that decision so as to save court to enable the government to pay salary and to take care of other goods and services. So to conclude on this, now he has pointed out everything that is happening wrong in this government, the health sector, the security sector, and all the sector. And then he's zeroing in by saying, Boaga has a vision. How can that be a vision Can you imagine the vision of Bwaka is that of clearing Douala and clearing the road all the way going to Zimbabwe where they're breaking down the wounds of people and clearing Broad Street where people are unable to fence for their living? How can that be a vision to that of a president?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Edmond Carr. Yes, thank you so much. Let's get this other person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Kodo.
Good morning. Your name and where you joining us from, please?
Yeah, this is Leila Female calling from Brother Modokono.
Go ahead,
I want to say hi to the studio guest and thank you. Yeah, my concern is the afternoon, the morning. Concerning the speaker. That speaker who know la one he also for an adequate to be the net to blame those in the host. You already follow him. And my second concern is we are passing in law in the hall until I want anybody to find you just in your house. They should take the horse and government position for it. But what is the law because they can't sound like people let be ever more be approved for people.
Okay.
Why they keeping in the horse?
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hold you there. Get this other person. A lot of people want to participate. Let's get this person. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Conto. How you doing?
Good morning, Mansisi. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say hi to the senior guest in studio with you, and let me say hi to my friend Martha. Baka is in there following the show. Say thank you to them. I'm hearing Jennifer Simon this morning.
Yeah, Janet has an engagement. That's the reason why she's not here.
Okay, I want to ask your studio girl one question. I listen to it. We have people will die all over the place. So I want to ask you now. Same Baka took over. No fly in this country. I just saw on Facebook, Jenna, baby were in the street, in that there. They fly like all his face. The only thing I down to today. We have get a result for them for Baka government. People die all over the place. Now, kill a hotel when we were putting for the go far. When they kill a hotel, so they won't get any result for them. They tell it, oh, we are time. So I want to ask it. And when you listen to Marcy, I see you now. Send them go back to no fly ever die in this country.
The man taking note. He's going to respond to that when he's closing. So let's get a few more calls, like 2 or 3. Then we go back to our guest this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
My name is Samuel calling from Lakwasi.
Samuel, go ahead.
Journalist, I want to former journalist, I want to tell you that anything you say over there once is you're trying to balance your report and you are not talking in favor of the demon God who is Jowia. Ever when you say anything, nobody will listen. Everything you say that will criticize it. So I just want to admonish you and don't be deterred by any of them. Just do your journalistic work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, 0772239933 0886304497 077798037. Tobias Wright is also following this broadcast. Thank you. Let's get this person. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Prince Steele. We are calling for French Creek.
We are go ahead.
I want to say thank you to the studio guests for that presentation. One topic is the girls talk about is the cell phone company. We can get 2 cell phone companies in the country, then things that are difficult for the common people. Yeah, so the government really see reason, especially our lawmakers. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so kindly. A lot of people want to call, but we are running out of time. Let me go over to, but let me just squeeze the pressing. Just the last car. Let's see whether we can get this person here before going over to our guest here. This morning, let's see what we can get this person. Okay, all right. So let's go over to you. You listen to the few callers. You listen to their concerns and regarding issues that you were talking about. You people were talking about. And so let's get your parting statement in just a minute.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to say to you all that, like for example, I was working for the Benson County in North Dakota. When I was elected president, even my director was asking me if I was going to resign because I was a brother. That was in the United States.
Okay.
All I did say is that I talk about 2 main issues about the harmonization, the tuition payment, and the judicial process during the re-administration. I'm not saying these things are not happening, but what I'm saying to you all that are listening is that there was a disappointment on the part of many people that supported WIA. Because, for example, I never saw anybody prosecuted. We are administration. So make it those who died. That's what I said. So I stand by that position. Nobody can come and tell me that we are prosecuted people. But my main concern of coming here tonight about this morning was the way we are being instructed by our government structure. I made it clear that Boakai government has not done anything differently. The only thing they are preaching is the infrastructure of roads, yes and that. That's what I said. But when it comes to 70 Liberian people, Boakai government is the same. They have not changed. They are instructing people when you want passport, when you want birth certificate, when you want to register your business, even when any document you want, even health, hospital, Boakai government does the same thing. So I'm calling your Boakai himself to make sure to see the Liberian people are people that put them in power to serve, but they are not master of the Liberian people. They are serving instead of the Liberian people.
Okay, thank you, Otis.
Okay,
just a few seconds. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it's something that is very clear. I think we explain to people so that you should understand. No one here is taught to defend President Weah nor President Boakai. But what we are saying is the services they are providing to the Liberian people, they are they are doing injustice. They are favoring people like who know you. The services should have been for everyone. Like he mentioned earlier, every entity should have a website wherein you can go to transact whatsoever you want to get. For now, if you go to this entity, they will tell you this is what we want to do. Could you imagine, like you mentioned, like we went to the police headquarters, like they're saying that we have hundreds of librarians, we have traveling on a daily basis or that need those records maybe for job. And then they are telling us that they can only give 50 people a form or clearance a day. Why if we need 300 people need that document in that day? So which means people have to wait.
Okay.
And on the other hand, since you don't have to wait now, you have to give money so that the document can be obtained. Like something that's supposed to be free. So they should try to understand the point in which we are pushing. Our people are not getting the services the way it should be.
Thank you so much, Ote. Let's hold you there. Let me now cross over to Aliyu. A minute, Aliyu. You can now close up.
Thanks to our studio guests for coming, and thanks to all the Liberian people for listening and calling to make their input on the show. Like we always say, this place is not just for sedition. You for Unity Party, you want to come here to tell Liberian people what your government is doing, we will allow you come. We can say that we discuss it, but this mindset that people just feel like we only come here to criticize the Boakai administration, and we are not here for that. The day Boakai do the good thing, we say it. Okay, those things that he promised the Liberian people and he failed to do them, we always say it. So if you know the government is doing improvement and other things you want to challenge it, come here, you say we all. Nobody will stop you from coming here. And again, that's it. To our people like Stephen, you know, Man Wate, Man Bessie, Man Bendu, Etnoka, and Man Sisi, everybody had to be here on 12:30 Liberia time on Friday, so we can have a little conversation with you guys. So
okay, yeah.
Reminder once more, because we leave you from here today, we are not coming back yet till Friday till we can see again. God bless America. God bless Liberia.
Thank you for that, Aliyu Masale. Yeah, so you listen to Aliyu. So you people have to be here by 12:30. You can even be here by 12 o'clock. We want to have some bit of conversation with you people. And so this is how we go home on today's edition of the program. I want to say many thanks to our guests here, Mr. Jawinken. Yeah, that's a traditional name, Jawinken. And that's an American you explain to. Oh, what did you mean? Okay, so Mr. Jawinken, we are former Liberian journalist and former news editor of the Inquirer newspaper. Otis, the Samuel Otis Kwei was also here. I would like to say many thanks to them. Say thanks to those of you who called to make your points on issues we're talking about here. That's very good. And those of you who follow us via our various social media platforms, I want to say very thanks to you people. We are going home and we'll be here on Friday with another fascinating edition of the program, Issues in the Society. So very very quickly before I go. The Chelsea man, Chelsea B Barcelona man attacking me, are blocking and my own man. Benjamin Johnson will be the first person I'll black on Facebook. Me and taking any kind of tabata. You tag me, I'll black you. Okay. Do have yourself a blessed midweek.